Hello and welcome to the Unstoppable Pigeon Podcast, the podcast that is technically stoppable and not about pigeons. I'm Matt.
I'm Emily.
And I'm Russell.
We didn't do that last week. I just remembered.
No, we didn't.
Well, that's because
why?
Emily.
It was I wonder why we would have maybe been thrown off of our game
everything.
for our intro.
I'm ready to take it over again.
Well, this is week 2 of the countdown to the Unstoppable Pigeon Spooktacular. I can't say the word Spooktacular without adding a second P into it, apparently. I learned that during last week's recording, and I just did it again today. The countdown...
it could also just be Spooptacular.
I've been trying to say Spooktacular, but I keep saying Spooptacular, as if it's
Spooptacular?
as if it is some sort of a tapioca pudding type situation. The Unstoppable Pigeon Spooktacular Movie Marathon, which is well underway, in which we have devised a list of our 10 potential favorite Halloween spooky-themed movies of all time, which we will then watch over the course of this month, and for our Halloween episode, we will rank them for all of the world as the unequivocal worst to best. We will not be taking any questions, comments, or concerns after the release of the final list. Don't send us hate mail. So let's have a quick update. We update on our progress so far. Russell, what movies from the list have you watched?
I have watched the one that apparently Emily refuses to watch, Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, so Russell has watched Silence of the Lambs, which
I have
Emily
also
has disqualified from the list, which means Russell has watched nothing, which is what I thought was going to be the answer.
To be fair, with the exception of like a few on the list, I have seen most of these several times.
No, it doesn't count.
So I can discuss. But I'm saying I can discuss them, the ones you watched tonight.
Ugh, I just don't know if it counts though.
Why does it not count?
Because it wasn't like within the realm of our Spooktacular festival.
It was like one of the first ones on the list.
No, I'm saying you have to watch it within the period of time that we release the list until Halloween.
Well, I have watched Silence of the Lambs since our last podcast. Is what I'm talking about.
Well, I'm not going to do it.
I'm talking about why you don't think Silence of the Lambs counts.
Because we can only have 10 movies on our list, and that's just a thriller. It's not Halloween themed at all.
Okay, if you say so. Just saying. It's a better movie than some of the other things we have on the list.
It's not a list of better movies. It's just a list of Halloween themed movies that we came up with.
Not all of these are Halloween themed, I will say. So
if you're making the argument of like Halloweeniness, I do think you're going to lose that argument.
How?
No, Russell. I'm on your side. Don't jump on me all of a sudden.
Well, because it seems like you were following up Russell's comment.
No, I'm saying I think Russell does lose that argument if we're talking about like he's saying like they're not everything on this list is Halloween themed. That may be true, but I think I think the Silence of the Lambs is the most far removed from Halloween of any of the movies on the list.
Okay, just saying. No other movie on this list won 5 Oscars.
I'll watch it if I have time.
How many Oscars did Shrek win? Can we look that up real quick?
I wouldn't be surprised if it won something. I actually think it might have won Best Animated Movie.
That'd be funny.
I'll
watch it if I have time.
Yeah, Shrek
won
an Academy
Feature.
Award for Best Animated Feature.
Yep.
All right, so by that metric,
you know what? Shrek's not on the list though.
Shrek is not on the list. So to
I
refresh
actually don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember what two of them are.
I was gonna say to refresh our audience's memory, but also to refresh Emily's memory. Apparently, our list is as follows: Coraline, Beetlejuice, Hocus Pocus, Corpse Bride, Coco, Edward Scissorhands, Sleepy Hollow, Addams Family, Young Frankenstein, Casper the Friendly Ghost, and the hotly contested Silence of the Lambs.
Okay, I have an argument.
Okay.
Edward Scissorhands
you know what?
Christmas.
We should replace it with something.
Takes place at Christmas. It is a Christmas time.
I said that last week, but nobody really listened to me.
I say.
Then you know what? Maybe there's only 9 spots on our list.
No, maybe we keep Silence of the Lambs on the goddamn list. And we take Edward Scissorhands off.
I can't watch more than 10 movies in this.
It's not 10. It's not more than 10 movies. If we're taking Edward Scissorhands off, then it's 10 movies.
But if we're taking off Edward Scissorhands with that argument, we also have to take off Silence of the Lambs.
Silence of the Lambs is not Christmas. It's not a Christmas movie, though.
It's also not a Halloween movie.
It's more Halloween than Edward Scissorhands.
Just because it doesn't contain a holiday in it?
Yes.
Oh my god. But I've never seen a lot of horror movies, but like neither do a lot of horror or thrill movies. Like, why does this specific thriller get on the list before any other thriller?
Because it's better than every other. It's like it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
But
it's
not
very
a list of
Halloween
Russell's favorite movies.
This would be a very different list. I tell you what, if it was a list of Russell's favorite movies, fucking Casper the Ghost wouldn't be on it.
Hey, it's in the top spot for me right now. Oh my god. I don't know. I feel I just am exhausted at the thought of this.
At the thought of what? Just this in general, or like life in general? Just everything?
Yeah, everything. Just everything.
I would like to make a case for Alvin and the Chipmunks, the Squeakquel.
I think that Edward Scissorhands and Silence of the Lambs should come off.
I agree with half of that.
Wait a minute. Okay, hang on a second. We're a week into this Halloween Spooktacular. I'm dubious at best about the concept of editing our list after the we've started. But now you're chopping 2 movies off the list?
The main thing is Emily she doesn't want to watch that many movies, and she's gonna cut it down so that the list is just Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Right.
She's just sabotaging.
I'm done.
She's just
sabotaging.
What movies have you guys watched?
Anything else anything else not quite Halloweeny enough for you? You wanna take it off the.
Well, there's a lot of Addams Family. There's a lot of monster type themes and stuff like that. I'm fine leaving it. Coraline, I don't know enough about.
Coraline is definitely Halloween enough.
I just don't trust your judgment if you think that Silence of the Lambs is Halloween themed.
I will give you the thing. It's not that it's necessarily Halloween themed. It's just that it's a great Halloween time movie. But Coraline is definitely a Halloween geared movie.
Do you think that Silence of the Lambs is a Halloween geared movie?
It's good to watch at Halloween time, but Coraline is Coraline is definitely designed. Its imagery is definitely Halloween-y.
Are there any scenes in Silence of the Lambs that involve pumpkins?
No, but there is a scene in Coraline that involves pumpkins.
Okay, then it can stay. Coraline can stay. That was the only other one that I questioned.
So that is our criteria. We have finally found.
It's gotta have pumpkins.
It has to be
pumpkins.
It's
Halloween, like traditional type monster themes.
Like Casper the Ghost.
Yeah,
ghosts are monsters.
No, wait. Are you trying
that's
to tell
offensive
me
to
that
the ghost community? No, I'm not. I'm just
okay because literally the movie is set at Halloween.
Well, this is the same argument. Ghosts. It's the same argument with what people debate whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Like, does a movie have to be about Christmas, or can it just be set at Christmas time to count?
Well, it makes it. You have at least an argument to stand on if it's set at Halloween.
I actually don't know when Silence of the Lambs, what time of year Silence of the Lambs is supposed to be set. It is fall.
There you have it.
Okay, are we getting rid of Edward Scissorhands and keeping Silence of the Lambs?
No,
then?
I don't. Why? What?
Just says it's set in 1993. That doesn't give me
not
information. Google.
Arguably the spookiest of all years.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're trying to edit anything off the list. I'm more than happy.
11.
Look, I'm more than happy with just letting you.
Contains 11 movies.
I was more than happy letting you watch your 10 movies and not watch Silence of the Lambs, and then Russell and I could watch Silence of the Lambs, and just it would have its own category of we watched it, but Emily's arguing with us, so we're not going to bother putting it on the 10 list. I don't know how Edward Scissorhands got like dragged into this.
It just clicked to me that it's. I forgot that
it is like a Christmas movie.
Yeah, so it's just so.
Then how did it even get here? Is my question.
There was a while where we were just naming movies that we could think of, and they got put on the list.
Well, we got into like a Tim Burton rabbit rut for a while there. Here's the movie.
Well, I'm exhausted by this conversation, so fine. You guys can just keep your movies, and if I have time, I'll watch Silence of the Lambs. How about that?
I'm trying to do you a favor, because Silence of the Lambs is worth more of your time than most of the movies on this list.
Here's the real victim in all of this.
I guess the thing is, I'm not really in the mood to be scared.
You just want Halloween movies.
Yeah.
but not scary Halloween movies. Let me tell you who the real victim in all of this is. Because the real victim in all of this is
Edward Scissorhands.
Well, Edward Scissorhands has been.
It's really Johnny Depp. Yeah, it's really Johnny Depp has been real shit on.
No, the real victim in all of this is me, because whatever we do, I am gonna have to watch. Whether we do
movies.
whether we do 10 or 11 movies, I am gonna have to watch roughly 20 movies in this. Because we are very quickly discovering.
This comes into part of my rating of the movies, so you're gonna spoil like some of my judgment calls.
No, I think the real victim...
I don't know what that means. I just know that like thus far I have had to watch a movie and then watch a movie again because we had to watch it a second time where you were actually awake, and that's all I know.
Well, I was asleep for like 40 minutes of one of them, so you only had to watch
most of a movie.
40 minutes of one of them.
Here's what I think.
Again.
I think this has become very contentious, and we are fiddle-faddling about whether Silence of the Lambs belongs on the list, and somehow Edward Scissorhands has gotten dragged through the mud here. Didn't do anything to anybody in this situation, but it has become very clear to me that we are incapable of impartially making this decision, and I do think we need to bring in an expert. Luckily, I do have an expert on hand available for such things.
Oh boy, I see the expert.
So give me 1 second, and let me just go get our expert here.
This.
There we go.
Yes, hello. Is this the Scary Movies Halloween Time Spooktacular monster movie expert that we requested?
Yes, it is.
Okay, hello. Yes. Hello, Kurtis.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Long-time listener, first-time caller, Kurtis.
Also, probably first-time listener, first-time caller.
Sir, I have called you in. As we have run into a quandary.
Yes.
That cannot be solved by mere mortals, and I have been listening to Russell and Emily argue with each other for 14 minutes now. And we have decided to bring you in on this situation. So you are as far as I'm aware, you are up to speed on the Halloween Spooktacular monster movie, scary movie, Halloween movie list. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, there's the current debate is that Emily refuses to watch more than 10 movies.
It's just a short period of time.
Well, that's an issue. I mean, there's 31 days in October, so.
Well, we don't have all 31 days, though. We started late. We started late, and I work long hours.
There's more than 10.
And I don't have much of a capacity for films.
All right, well, listen. We can't be adding movies to the list at this point.
Yeah.
The debate here.
I'm gonna boot Kurtis out of this.
Russell and Emily.
If he adds to the list.
Russell and Emily are arguing over whether or not the Silence of the Lambs, because we technically have an 11 movie list right now. Okay. And Emily refuses to have an 11 movie list. A 10 movie list is all she finds acceptable. So something has to go from this list, according to these two, and they cannot decide on what it is. Emily is insistent that Silence of the Lambs be removed.
Actually, at this point, I'm insistent that Edward Scissorhands and Silence of the Lambs be removed.
See, my concession, because she can't handle, like, her brain gets to 11 and then it explodes. is that Edward Scissorhands can be taken off because Edward Scissorhands is more of a Christmas movie.
Yeah, technically it's a Christmas movie.
So that's why I'm saying you take Edward Scissorhands off, and we have our 10 list with Silence of the Lambs. She has a personal crusade against Silence of the Lambs.
But this is why. It's no more of a Halloween movie than any other thriller.
Well, that comes into play of like, well, really, do you want to watch Halloween movies for just the initial theme of Halloween, or do you want to watch Halloween movies as like a theme of being
The spirit
scary,
of Halloween.
thriller, uneasy
scared.
type stuff? Because there's a lot of horror movies don't technically take place around Halloween.
Yeah,
They just have a weird.
They don't
theme.
belong anywhere near this list.
But it's the spirit of Halloween.
That seems a little pigeonholed here.
I want a pigeon. It's a 10 movie.
Unstoppable
There's only 10
pigeonhole?
spots.
Well, that's the thing then. Well, you gotta.
Okay.
You
So
gotta.
you know
add
the
something.
rest of our list, Curtis.
Yes,
You know
I
our
do.
list?
I think so. I think I know the majority of it.
I can read it off to you again if you need to hear it.
Let me ask you this, Curtis.
So,
Of these 10 movies, if we're taking Edward Scissorhands off,
okay.
which of these doesn't belong? So Casper, Hocus Pocus, Addams Family, Coco,
Hold on.
Coraline.
You're going a little too fast. Let's slow it down
Okay.
here.
Okay, Casper.
Okay, keep that on.
There's a ghost. It's set during Halloween.
Yes.
Hocus
right.
Pocus, set
Yeah.
at Halloween.
Yeah, that's fine.
Addams Family, traditional monster type, Halloween type themes.
Yeah, that works.
Coco, set during the Day of the Dead.
Eh,
Coraline, I don't know much about, but apparently contains pumpkins.
but it's also creepy. No, Coraline is creepy in its own aspect, but it's
Okay.
it's good.
And it has pumpkins.
Okay.
That's one of her criteria, Curtis, apparently.
Well, then that's a very hard list.
Sleepy Hollow, traditional Halloween themed story.
And my argument with Sleepy Hollow is that it's kind of a shitty movie.
But I don't care. I don't care how shitty it is.
Your time would be well more spent watching Silence of the Lambs than Sleepy Hollow.
I don't care though.
Okay.
Although Sleepy Hollow does have Dumbledore.
I'm gonna keep going. Young Frankenstein, obvious.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Corpse
absolutely.
Bride, obvious. Beetlejuice, obvious.
Okay.
Silence of the Lambs.
Last and said it like that.
Okay, so hear me out. Hear me out. Just listen. I'm gonna throw something out there. If you don't like it, you can throw it right back. So
I'm not gonna like it.
Be prepared to get it right back.
You're prepared to get it right back. So I'm just putting out there. You do have a lot of Tim Burton-esque or Tim Burton movies in general in this list. The
Mhm.
majority of your list, I would think, is fine. But I think to round it out in your 10-movie list, Silence of the Lambs should technically be there only for the fact is that...
To make it a 10 list movie.
Well, to really think about it, I think what you should do is take out Edward Scissorhands.
I already did it.
It's all right. It's good, but I would probably dictate that as a Christmas.
Just like that was the same argument with Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
More Christmas than Halloween.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
Silence of the Lambs I still think holds up because the whole point too is that if you're going for a Halloween themed list, you want something from that traditional sense of like. Obviously, Hannibal Lecter is not a. Technically, I wouldn't say he's like among like the serial killer type people, but he is in there with like Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. Like he's one of those people of just like in horror genre that is made up to be Halloween. I think you should keep that in there. And to
I
be
think
honest,
it
with
rounds
that
things out better.
argument, but though with that argument, why isn't Halloween on the list?
Well, because you said you didn't want like slasher Halloween movies. Silence of the Lambs is not like
it is
he
not
gets
horror.
Hannibal Lecter gets lumped in with like the Freddy Kruegers and the Jasons thing, but he's not really like a movie monster.
Especially with
It's more like an intellectual thriller than a horror movie.
Exactly, and especially with Silence of the Lambs in the first one, like you can't say much for the same thing going on with Hannibal and Red Dragon. Like those can be really, really dicey and kind of gruesome. But with the first one, It's more about like the psychological aspect to it and who this person is as
And acting performances.
Yeah, and a villain, like as a villain of being just like with high intelligence. And I think it would just be I'm sorry, but you do need a movie in there that is like will make you toe the line of creepy.
Yeah, I feel like I agree. It rounds things out better because we have a lot of movies that are like feel like they're the same note movie.
Yeah. Honestly, I have a suggestion because I
Yeah,
think that should go.
I was gonna say to you, is there a 10th movie that fits better than either of these two?
No, I don't think so. But
Okay.
I think if from the list that you guys are given, one that I would throw in there that was mentioned is Paranorman. Paranorman was actually really good, and I like that one.
So
And
what if we replace Silence of the Lambs with Paranorman?
No, because I think I still
No, because then you got 3 other movies that are exactly kind of like Paranorman.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, I think you should go to 13.
Forget about it.
Curtis.
We have enough with 11.
Get him out of here.
We're fighting to keep. We're fighting for 10 at this point. She somehow got it in her head that she can slash this list down to 9.
I think you need to step outside of Tim Burton-esque movie. I think that's what you need to do, though. Like, Silence of the Lambs is a good one to add in there because it's different from all the other ones.
I will compromise with you and I will leave it on there, but I just want you guys to acknowledge that it doesn't actually belong on this list.
I think it does.
Well, you're wrong.
There's
no way we win because even if she sits down and watches Silence of the Lambs, there's no way she's gonna like it now at all.
I've already seen it.
What?
What?
I've already seen it.
You said you
were
didn't
awake
in the last podcast.
I've seen it in the past.
How far in the past?
This is a development for me.
It would have been 20. Hold on.
Inside the Womb doesn't count.
1993.
2008.
How can you recollect that?
Because I remember who I saw it with.
Oh, okay.
Did you see it at a theater?
No.
Oh,
no.
You know who the real losers of all this are?
The listeners.
Yes, but besides that, the real losers are Tom Fleischman and Craig McKay, who are the 2 people who were nominated for Oscars for Silence of the Lambs and didn't win. They're the real losers.
Maybe if they had
Everybody
won,
else
I'd
who
be
was
more willing to have it on the list.
They won 5 other Oscars, Emily, including Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Adapted Screenplay, Best Director, and they didn't win Best Sound Mixing and Best Film Editing. Whoops! Must be a shit movie.
Wow.
That's sound editing.
Wow.
I knew that would get you.
He clipped his audio just for that.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna pay Anthony Hopkins to come to your house.
So easy.
Look, man. At least you're not making me make the list, like No Mercy kind of make the list. Like, I would make Halloween lists for separate people for sure.
Yeah, we'd be like, hey Curtis, what Halloween movie should we watch? We don't want anything to be too spooky. He's like, oh cool, House of a Thousand Corpses. I like the idea. I like the premise that we brought Curtis in here as the expert. The expert to be like, okay, Curtis, like you're the expert, so why don't you tell us your expert opinion? And Curtis was like, well, here's what I think. And Emily was like, no, wrong, nope.
See, I was glad because I knew Curtis would be on my side.
Well, it's because of all movies that you don't want to be too spooky or like gruesome or anything like that, but keeping in the spirit of what the general public or the general eye of horror movie lovers that tend to watch certain things around Halloween or really connect it with Halloween a lot. It's like outside of that general movies of being like Freddy Krueger, like Michael Myers, all of them. Like Hannibal Lecter is one person that sits in there of just being like, it's creepy, but it's not too gruesome. At least
Okay,
with the
but
first one.
in your expert opinion,
That she doesn't respect at all.
That is true.
of these 10 movies, which one stands out as not belonging the most?
That's it.
What's your expert opinion?
This is first of all, this is a flawed situation here because
No,
the question is not of these 10 movies. The
No.
question is, of these 11 movies, we only need to
No,
get
we
rid
already
of one.
did. We already got rid of Edward
Scissorhands is
Scissorhands.
gone. That's why I
Then
don't
we
understand why
don't
she's
need to
arguing.
talk about this anymore.
No,
We're
no,
back down to
because
10
no.
movies.
No, because
was
I
where we were
still
20
have
20
a
minutes ago.
problem. I still have a problem.
What problem are you having? I am now.
Of these 10 movies, just answer my question.
She
Of
doesn't
these
want to watch 10 movies. That's the problem.
No, I will watch all freaking 10 of these movies. But which of these 10 doesn't belong with the others?
But there's no other list for the others. You only have the one list. It's not like
I
you're
think we
comparing
found
the
it,
two.
and it was Edward Scissorhands. I think the rest fit.
I would say it's like
Nope.
Edward Scissorhands.
Getting rid of Edward Scissorhands, we have 10 movies.
Yes.
Of
So
these, though, there are 9 that are within the same theme, and there is 1 that is mildly within the theme. And which of these 10 movies is that?
She's trying to get you to say Silence of the Lambs,
Yeah,
but
I
she's
was like,
wrong.
are you trying to get me to say that? Like,
Here's what I think we do.
because it's true, right?
Objection, leading the witness.
I think
No.
I think the only fair thing to do
You're
at this
not
point.
following me on this journey.
no, because I think
At
it's
all.
Stupid journey.
This is a journey I don't
The
want to be
journey of
part of.
incorrectness.
Here's what we should do, and hear me out.
Watch
'Cause I
Silence of the
think-
Lambs
I-
10
I-
times?
No, I think I have a compromise that can make everybody
Matt
happy.
probably will.
I make a whole
Just
new
make
list, and
everybody
you guys
happy.
watch that.
Yeah. No, the compromise that
Oh,
I
yeah.
think we can all agree is probably the best way to do this. We take Silence of the Lambs off, and
No.
we replace it with Shrek.
Oh my god. Yeah. Can you replace it with Shrek the musical?
We just put
'Cause that
Shrek.
could, it could be Shrek the
That's a
musical.
horror in
though.
and of itself.
That's a horror within itself. I mean, you can definitely do that. Absolutely.
Here's the thing. I will watch Silence of the Lambs as our 10th movie,
Right.
as long as you acknowledge the fact that it stands alone.
No, it does not. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
you have
It
to.
does-
I think
Then
you
I'm
have to
not
wait a
watching
minute.
it.
Hold on,
Jesus.
why did you tell me then? Why did I get roped into this? Why did they, like, I was.
Sir, I
Yeah,
apologize. Having
First
brought
of
you
all,
in, I did not realize that your legitimacy
My
as an
expertise.
expert was gonna be so firmly discounted
Denied?
by
Yeah,
the.
I'm not discounting it. We're keeping it on the list.
But
I'm just
okay.
saying that this is a list of 9 spooky but not scary Halloween themed movies
okay,
that
well,
also has 1 spooky movie on it.
Oh man, somebody needs to silence this lamb.
I
am
feel
no
like
man.
you have to watch the 10 movies, and then
make the
you can go.
All right.
I was right.
You know what I hear? I hear Emily making a lot of compromises.
What?
You know what I
Because
hear?
here I am watching Silence of the Lambs.
You know what I hear is that Matt just wanted to have a 10 movie Halloween spooktacular fun
Can't do that.
movie marathon during Halloween, and
we are.
and instead everybody's mad at each other.
I was fine with all the movies
Halloween
on the
is
list.
canceled.
I was just not going to stand by and have Silence of the Lambs be shat upon.
This is the thing, though. I am not shitting upon it. It is a good movie. It's won apparently a bunch of Oscars.
5,
It
if I
apparently
remember
was-
correctly.
5, I guess. It apparently was nominated for at least 4 other major awards that it didn't win. That's great. It's fantastic. I feel like thrillers probably don't get that recognition in the grand scheme of things. But this is not part, like, it just doesn't fit the theme of my list.
Do we have the same list here? Are we all going by the same list?
We very much agreed on 9 of them.
We all have a list, and Emily is just the only one who has a different list.
Okay, here. I know this won't make it any better. I know it won't make it any better. But I'm gonna throw.
If
I'm
the
gonna
words
throw it
that
out.
Silence of the Lambs loosely fits the theme of this list, if it's not those words,
I'm gonna throw something out there. I'm gonna throw another movie in the wrench here. Okay, because I said this the other day. There is a movie called Halloween Town.
Yes, it's a
Have you
Disney
both seen
original
Halloween
movie.
Town?
I used to watch it as a child.
Yeah, I watched it all the time too.
I
and
think that should be number 10.
Okay, well, no.
Yeah,
I'm-
my argument is we don't have anything that is like not a child's movie.
Exactly.
Really.
So that's the other thing too.
Beetlejuice is
that-
pushing it,
Yes. Well,
but it is kind of a children's movie, even though it's not.
well,
It's
I
not.
mean,
It was
Dante's-
labeled as one.
I mean, the Dante's Inferno strip club wasn't
Yeah.
probably very child friendly, but it's still good. But I will throw that in there. That if you
Maybe
have to-
that will be my 10th movie.
no, I think you need to stick to the list. But there is my there is
Yeah,
my
Emily, I didn't realize that when we
opinion.
made this list, Emily was going to want Baby's First Halloween on the list.
That is my
Did the little
professional opinion.
Einsteins do it? Halloween thing? Put that shit on there.
Oh my god, you know what's not on our list? Charlie Brown.
God,
What?
Yeah.
no,
Good.
Oh, the Great
No.
Pumpkin. Okay, I was very
Yeah.
confused.
no.
How did that not make our list?
Because
blows.
we have taste. And
Oh my god, it's so cute.
oh my
It's
god.
not
we're all over-
1954.
It's the greatest scam that's ever been pulled on America is that thinking that any
What?
of those fucking Charlie Brown specials
Oh,
are like
Matt.
worth watching.
We're also over the
It's
age
like
of
most of
4.
the claymation Christmas things.
You want to talk about? I know this is
Blasphemy.
the Halloween Spooktacular, but
Blasphemy.
it does chill me down to the bone. So I guess I can include it in here. Her family watches this thing at Christmas time called the Snowman, which is the
It's
most
beautiful.
it's
With
the
Michael
most
Keaton?
unpleasant.
No.
No, that's Jack Frost, where Michael Keaton becomes a snowman,
That
which
should
is
be on
also
the
horrifying.
that should be on the Halloween list. We should
Well,
make a
there-
new list. We should make a list of Halloween movies that are actually Christmas movies.
Well,
Because
that
then
are
we could
just
watch
frightening?
Nightmare. We could watch Nightmare Before Christmas. We could watch
All the
Edward
Harry
Scissorhands. We could watch
watch-
apparently all the Harry Potters.
Potters.
We could watch Jack Frost starring
Michael Keaton.
as a horrifying snowman that was clearly designed to look like George Clooney. We can
Really?
watch go back and look at like the pictures of it from some time armed now with the knowledge that George Clooney was supposed to play that snowman and he got replaced by Michael Keaton when they
Oh.
went and filmed it, and then look at what that snowman looks like, and it's like very obvious that snowman was supposed to be George Clooney.
Well, I think what you guys are actually missing is that there is Christmas themed horror movies, which actually one is a serial killer snowman that was before this movie called Jack Frost. Believe it or
Oh.
not, yes, there was 3 or 4 horror movies of a killer snowman, and there is also a horror movie Christmas series called Silent Night that was spawned like 2 or 3 sequels as well.
Also, that
Of
Krampus movie isn't that bad.
Yes, Krampus is
think-
actually pretty good.
Hmm.
Based on the list that we generated last week, and based on my own soul searching of my own heart, I think the conclusion that I have drawn is that just the regular world at this point is enough of like a nightmare-inducing dark terror that is beyond all reckoning of the human psyche of like how inhumanly bad things can be. So I think that's why all our 10 movies are like kids Halloween movies, is because I just want it to be like
not in the
innocent
mood to be, like-
Halloween fun.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
If I want my soul to be chilled, I
can
will
just
just
go
turn
outside.
on the news
Yeah.
and look at fucking anything that's going on today.
It makes sense. So that's why I was like, I'll throw in there. If you guys really want to talk about it more, I will throw in there Paranorman. Paranorman is a wonderful
I probably will
Halloween.
watch it.
Paranorman is a wonderful Halloween movie with a good message attached to it at the end.
I'll tell you what's not a good movie. And I know I don't want to talk about these too much until we have our finale episode or we talk about them all. But I'll tell you what is not a good movie that I remembered. I was like, wow, yeah, let's put that on the list. And then we did watch it. Is Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Oh, come on!
Not a good movie.
It's so cute.
Oh,
It's
no.
cute.
I love the 3 ghosts. What is it? Stench, Fatso, and
Stinky,
Stretch?
Fatso, and Stretch.
yes.
That's
I love
Russell.
love-
We were trying to figure out what Brad Garrett was doing in that movie. He's one of the ghosts. He's
Oh
one of
yeah, I
the
figured
uncles.
that.
I love them. I love them so much. And also, you could see Little Richard at the end. Who doesn't like that? Which now
Yes,
makes
that's
more
true.
sense now than it did back then. R.A.P. Little Richard.
Well,
I thought it was cute.
so I lost the thread of this like 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
What does our list look like anymore?
We just took off Edward Scissorhands.
Okay.
And the only one who has a problem with that is Emily.
I just want some acknowledgement that it loosely fits the theme in
Nobody
a
else
list
agrees
of
with
10
you.
where the
I will
I'm gonna
agree that
list-
it doesn't fit the rest of the more child movies, but I think it rounds out the whole list very nice.
Oh my god. I
This
just don't
episode
know.
of the Unstoppable Pigeon Podcast is brought to you by Pumpkin
Compromise.
Delights. Little Debbie Pumpkin Delights.
You know what you look like with your good bag and your cheap shoes? You look like a rube. That was a
All
quote
right,
from
well-
Silence of the Lambs.
We have Emily. You said you had a Halloween themed bit. Is your Halloween themed bit conducive towards having a special guest expert Kurtis join
I
us?
can.
Special guest expert Kurtis. Do you have time to? I know you're we are paying you hourly for your expert opinion.
Oh yes, absolutely.
But
So
do you have the time just to stick with us for the duration of our episode today?
yes, I can do that.
Alrighty.
Yeah, sure.
Well then,
Okay.
I cannot bear to listen to any more of this movie talk. Although I should say, because we did not actually get to it, Emily and I have watched Hocus Pocus, Casper the Friendly Ghost, and Addams Family.
The cartoon.
The cartoon,
The
like the
new
newer one.
Okay, so
Oh,
If we have extra time, we may go back and watch like the original one, which is more like
Yeah.
in the vein of what we had been
yeah.
talking. But we did
Yeah.
say like Addams Family, pick your poison.
Yeah.
But spoiler: Addams Family is currently my front runner for best.
Okay, so wait,
best of the ones we have watched. The Addams Family is in my top spot.
which one did you? So you watched Addams Family?
Yeah, we watched Addams Family.
Hocus
We've
Pocus.
watched Casper the Friendly Ghost. We've watched Hocus Pocus. And
it?
we just
We
started
started Coco.
Coco.
Okay. So for the future, let me know which ones you're watching.
Yeah, I
Emily
told them
said
we
that, but I
should've-
said I was
and
like
I-
just
Then this way we can have watched the same ones.
I guess,
Yeah.
but I don't really want to talk about them until the final one, so it almost doesn't matter.
Oh.
As long as we watch all 10 of them by the end, because that's my at least my vision for this was just to I did not realize that we were going to launch into a 38-minute argument about the list that we had established
We
last
should've.
week.
Is that really how long we
I
talked
thought
about
yes,
it?
I thought we were going to spend 5 minutes talking about which movies we had and had not already watched.
thought
We are
wrong.
now 38 minutes in. Our everyone's night has been ruined, and arguably Halloween has been ruined forever. Curtis got
Go
dragged
down
into it.
And devour
Oh,
some
yes, we
little
did.
I am-
Debbie's pumpkin delights and
I'll-
some of the
I'll-
candy
speaking
you
of that,
got.
I
went
brought
to
a
the
little Debbie
supermarket.
pumpkin delight up with me, and I ate it while we were recording today.
I went
I'll
to the
tell you what.
supermarket, and they didn't have any little Tebby's pumpkin delights, nor did they have any of the Halloween cereals. And I was like,
got
"What is
two
this bullshit,
boxes.
Acme?"
Oh.
You actually know what? I went to Target today, and not only did I find the little pumpkin delights that Matt was talking about, and I was thinking about picking up a box for him because he was talking about it so much.
He got
Oh,
himself
I handled it myself.
He took
I
care of it.
might have to go to a
I did-
Target now.
I did see Boo Berry. I saw Count Chocula, and I also saw that Captain Crunch and Fruit Loops are making Halloween cereals themselves.
Really?
Captain Crunch actually has a Halloween cereal with marshmallows in it that turn your milk green, like back
Oh my
back
God.
in the day. And
The
Fruit
problem
Loops
I
have,
have is all those cereals that are just like little fruity things and marshmallow. They all taste the same now. Like Lucky
Yeah.
Charms taste the same. Like since they started doing chocolate Lucky Charms, it's just Count Chocula that you can get year round.
I
Like, they
think they're different brands, right? Like they're different companies.
I
don't know.
think so.
Is that how they get away with that?
I think so.
I don't know.
possibly.
General
can't-
Mills is like the main
Yeah.
cereal company. I don't even know if I could
And
name another
Kellogg's.
one. Yeah, Kellogg's,
Yeah.
which is
I think-
originally
And Post.
invented to stop kids from touching themselves.
Oh my God! Somebody
Oh my
always bring
God.
that up.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
As I'll ever be,
So-
I suppose.
Originally, I thought that Matt and Russell could do their own, but now if you guys just all want to work together, these are
I'm gonna need a
obviously-
calculator.
No, these are meant for children, but I
Oh,
knew
boy.
we would make them into atrocities.
Well, we're gonna do that anyway. So
Yeah, we're gonna do some Halloween mad-libs.
Ooh. Okay.
okay.
Okay, so I need a noun.
Why don't we set up an order and we'll alternate?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Who wants to go
So,
first?
I'll go Matt, Kurtis, me. How's that sound?
Okay.
Okay.
Right, Matt, I need a
Okay.
noun.
Bucket.
Okay. Place? Need a place.
Oh, is it my turn or is it Matt's
Yep.
turn?
Yeah, no, it's you.
Okay. We'll say. Why not?
Riveting podcast entertainment.
Pittsburgh.
Oh,
more
Pittsburgh
of
is
like a,
Pittsburgh is a callback.
More of like a not a proper place, like a common place, like within a town.
Okay. What about then? Screw it. Why not Target?
Okay.
Okay.
Person. A type of person.
A type of person, not a proper noun person.
Yeah.
Murderer. Sticking with the theme of Halloween,
Sure.
Okay.
as I think these
Yeah.
are supposed to be.
Okay. Adjective.
It's Matt.
Oh, it's my turn.
Right, there's only 3 of you.
My adjective is bloody.
Okay.
I would have said stabby. Same.
Stabby.
You want bloody or stabby?
No, bloody.
Okay. Kurtis, plural body parts.
Plural body parts. Eyes.
Eyes. Okay. I thought that was gonna.
And we never found out what she thought it was going to be. Or perhaps I'm the only one who never found out what it was going to be. Because I appear to be by myself in this podcast recording. Huh.
Okay, so it wasn't just me.
It's just Emily.
Okay,
No.
Okay.
What
I'm
happened?
putting everybody back down.
Who knows?
that was weird. I couldn't hear anybody.
Yeah, I thought it was me.
Oh, I guess it was all of us. Okay.
Okay. Someone's given me. I think Russell's given
Me,
me
yeah. A what?
a verb.
I guess stab.
Okay. Adjective.
Back to Matt.
Is it my
God
turn?
damn.
Oh my god.
Look, we got all messed up because Discord broke. I'm doing
Yeah.
an adjective again.
Yeah.
What's a good adjective?
Oh my god.
You're gonna have a lot of editing.
Yeah, murderous.
Okay. Noun.
Ooh.
Let me be more specific. I need
Yes,
like
please.
a container, like a type of container.
Container. Gas can.
Okay. Food.
Little Debbie's Pumpkin Delights.
Okay.
They're called, right? Pumpkin Delights?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
they're called, right?
Yep. Plural noun.
Plural noun.
My god.
Math like can't
I
come up with
almost
anything.
want to say Little Debbie Pumpkin Delights again. To be honest with you,
Is that what you're going with?
Little Debbie's Pumpkin Delights.
You know what? Fine.
Okay.
My brain is not working great tonight.
No.
All right. Famous person.
Ooh. Vincent Price.
Little Debbie.
Little Debbie. The Little Debbie themselves.
Who did you say?
Vincent Price.
Okay.
Even in that horror theme.
All right. Noun.
Fish.
Food.
If you say fish,
I
I'll
swear to
slap you.
And no more little Debbie's.
I was about to say Little Debbie's Pumpkin Delights.
Please, God.
No, this is my fantasy realm. I want Little Debbie Pumpkin Delights.
Yeah, we should go back and edit into that discussion where we talked about Felicia Day in a cool jacket and make it Little Debbie in a cool jacket.
Yeah. Oh my god. What are you giving me for food?
I don't know why you don't think I wasn't serious about Little
Oh
Debbie's
my
Pumpkin
God.
Delights the third time.
Okay, Kurtis, I need another food.
Another food?
Do what must be done, Curtis.
No, I'm not. You know what? Since we're talking about it, Count Chocula.
Okay. Hopefully you can't hear me like typing over the.
I mean a little bit.
A little bit, but it's
Okay.
fine.
It's okay. Kurtis, or no, Russell, a number.
You know what number you need to pick.
69, of course. Yeah, I was like, do I? I wasn't
we
gonna do
go.
it until Kurtis was like, do it.
Oh my god. A verb?
It's too mad.
For
Devour,
the love of Christ.
as in to devour Little Debbie's
Okay.
pumpkin
This
delights.
is gonna be interesting. Family member?
Like a proper name of a family member, or just like
Whatever you want to do. Whatever.
If you don't say Jason, I'm gonna be disappointed.
okay, yeah, why not Jason?
My cousin Jason.
My disappointing cousin Jason. can we say that?
It's going in there.
Okay,
Russell, a food.
Blueberry.
Matt, a body part.
Weenus.
I was gonna say that's a long pause there.
Another number.
This is the longest mad-libs.
666.
Adjective.
Funky.
And a plural noun.
Pumpkin delights.
Matthew, you get a 3 Little Debbie's Max.
All right. Then in that case,
You can
Any more than-
relinquish
any
your
more than
rights and
3
give
and
it
you
to
go into a-
Kurtis.
Any more than 3, you go into a diabetic coma.
Swiss rolls.
My God. Why
Those
is
are
it-
devil dogs.
Okay, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. I can't believe it's already Halloween. I can't wait to put on my bucket and visit every Target in my neighborhood. This year, I'm going to dress up as a murderer with bloody eyes.
Sure.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this. Okay, before I go stab, I make sure to grab my murderous gas can to hold all of my Little Debbie's pumpkin delights. Finally, all of my Little Debbie's pumpkin delights are ready to go. When Vincent Price answers the door, I say, "Fish or treat?" Yum, I got a Little Debbie's pumpkin delights and a Count Chocula.
What weird place is this?
We visit 69 houses and decide it's time to devour home. My disappointed cousin Jason says if I eat too much blueberry, my weenus will hurt. So
He would say that.
I'll eat just 666 pieces and go straight to bed. I hope I'll have funky dreams of Swiss rolls tonight. Happy Halloween.
Oh, Christ.
What the hell was that?
I know that it said Swiss rolls at the end, but in my heart, it's Dreams of Little Debbie's Pumpkin Delights.
Do you guys want to do one more?
Oh my
I think we have
God.
time for one more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I think it's Kurtis's turn. I need an adjective.
Oh no. Dazzling.
Okay. A verb.
Puncture.
Ooh.
Another adjective.
Malodorous.
All right.
Plural noun.
Guns.
Color.
Orange.
Plural nouns.
Little Debbie's.
My God.
No, I won't do it.
No. It will not be played.
What? Sorry, it's plural nouns.
Yes.
Geese.
A verb.
Ooh. Bend.
An adjective.
Stinky.
And verb.
Taunt.
A noun.
House.
A plural noun.
Meat.
Okay. Another plural noun.
Berries.
And an adjective.
Chubby.
Okay. All right. Tonight is the night when all of the dazzling monsters come out to puncture. Malodorous witches with big guns and orange shoes make potions and very spooky brews. Vampires with geese and long red capes visit with friends and search for neck napes. Ogres and ghosts sometimes bend and play on this stinky October day. All of the trick-or-treaters taunt and hunt for a house and a scare, dressed as meats and berries here and there. Have a chubby Halloween.
Oh, that's a shirt if I ever
Well.
have a chubby Halloween with a picture of a little Debbie's pumpkin delight on it.
Oh man, I didn't think it was really gonna be that.
Yeah, that second Mad Lib was disappointing, with the exception of Have a Chubby Halloween.
Have a chubby Halloween. Oh my goodness.
Where the monsters come out to puncture. That was
Yeah.
Yeah.
That threw me off. I was like, wait a minute.
Oh goodness.
That's what I got for you.
Alrighty, well, hey, we mad-libbed. We spent an inordinate amount of time arguing about movies. We heard from an expert
It got ignored.
who got ignored, promptly ignored.
No, it's a 10 movie list.
It has 10
and
movies
Silence
on
of the Lambs is on it.
I just don't know why you called me if you were just going to ignore me.
Obviously,
I
you've
didn't
never met
ignore
Emily
you. You
before.
guys got what you wanted.
Don't say it. Don't.
She
sound-
says it like we were the ones being difficult.
You were. You called in an expert. I didn't call in an expert
You don't have any experts to call.
because I know enough to know that within reason I'm using logic.
I want to just make sure that we are all real clear here that I am a neutral party in this, because I feel like I'm getting lumped into the into the Russell and Curtis side of this.
Oh, don't try to put yourself on the outside, okay?
And I do want to point out that I would have been happy to just watch 11 movies. And
11 movies though, that is like absurd.
I would have been happy watching the 11 movies, but when Emily wanted to compromise because that was too many movies, I said take Edward Scissorhands off because it's a Christmas movie. That should have been the end of the discussion.
we cannot relitigate this. I just wanted to make it clear that everybody knows I have now, and at no point
same theme and one that loosely fits.
I do not have now, and I did not at any point during this have any opinion other than please don't cut my list below 10 movies.
Which translation means I wanted to sleep in the house tonight. So...
Not outside. It's cool. It's cool, you know.
I noted who you didn't side with. I got it.
Inside with anybody.
Yeah, I know.
I'm on my own side.
So it seems like Matt's the real loser in all this.
Yeah, that's
Either way,
what
we're
me,
bad for him.
me in the audience. Somehow, Russell and Emily got in a fight over Silence of the Lambs, and now I don't get to watch Edward Scissorhands. I don't know how this happened.
We can watch it. We're just not going to talk about it.
You can watch it, but you can't like it.
And we might watch it after Halloween. We'll see.
We'll see. That's gonna go on our. This is the episode where we discovered this has become a movie podcast, where we just
no, I just
continually
don't have
make
it
lists
in
of
me.
movies. Because after the Halloween episode, that's when we start the Halloween Christmas mashup movie marathon collection,
Which will include Edward Scissorhands.
which will include Edward Scissorhands and Nightmare Before Christmas and Jack Frost, starring Michael Keaton.
You can also watch Gremlins.
Watch Gremlins.
A movie
I
that
never
should
saw
not
that.
be watched by humans. Jack Frost is
Why?
talking about. Jack Frost is talking
I was
about.
about to say, what Gremlin? Get the
A
hell
movie
out
that
of
should
here.
not be watched by people with what? Man, I think the first time I saw that movie, my immediate thought was, "Wow, what an unfortunate day to have eyes."
You just wait until the Christmas movie list, though.
Gremlins better be on there. I don't
Help.
care what
I was gonna
Emily
say,
says.
I have a very short list of favorite Christmas movies, so
What are they?
we'll get to that. That's a future podcast episode.
Is that a teaser for our first November episode?
You mean our first December episode?
Please.
Because we're not going to get to Christmas in November, you savage.
We will not participate in the slow, inexorable enveloping of all other times of the year by Christmas on this podcast. Thank you very much. It is Halloween, and we will talk about Halloween until Halloween is over, and then
Thank
we
you.
will
That's-
talk about nothing And then in December we can talk about Christmas.
Well, we'll have a
That's-
Thanksgiving episode.
That's kind of
So we're talking about nothing in November.
Nothing.
nothing is in November.
Following the theme of all the other podcasts we've done so far, we will talk about nothing.
So
Yeah,
they'll
tune in,
just be
tune in for our
silent
special
episodes.
Thanksgiving episode and our special election correspondent podcast episode.
Yeah, we may be recording this podcast from the
From hell.
yeah, from hell. All right. Well, hey, 59 minutes and 47 seconds pre any garbage that I cut out.
Kurtis, how's it feel to be the first official guest of the Unstoppable Pigeon
Not true.
podcast?
Christy Mystic Water was on the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, but that was like
Why did
that
you
was
steal
also
my
a,
thunder?
it was also a Christy. It was a part of a. It was
I
a
also
part of
haven't
her
released it as a
thing.
podcast, so I guess technically it doesn't count. And this one will go up
That
this
was
week.
that was
Gonna
a
go out
joint.
first.
That was like her being on our show and us being
Yeah.
on her show, so it's slightly different. So this is the first official. We invited Kurtis. Christy
Yeah.
just bullied us into doing a joint episode.
That is true.
Well, I think it feels good, and I love listening to the podcast, and I believe everybody out there in the audience.
Do you actually listen to it?
Yes, I do. That
Oh,
wasn't
wow.
a joke.
That's so nice.
You know, of like the few viewers that you have that listen to this podcast, yeah, one of them is me.
Yeah,
I
just
just
say,
The
listened
detective
to
work is
weird
not that
one.
difficult to find out who listens to the podcast. It's like should pretty be easy to just ask the people that we know.
Just say, I don't even really listen to the podcast.
I just thought it was Bridget
That's because I experience it.
I do.
I have to listen to it more than anyone should.
more than anybody.
I have to live it, and then I have to listen to it at least 3 times. Because I edit it. Hey, well, I think that's a good place to call it an end to tonight's session of Dungeons and Dragons. No, that's not what we're doing here. Hey, save up those pigeon points. We'll see you next time. And have a very
let's give
chubby.
Curtis 10 pigeon points.
Oh, Curtis gets 10 pigeon points.
You can use those pigeon points to buy a DVD copy of Silence of the Lambs.
Oh, right, thank you. No.
All right.
You know, I was doing an outro, and
Sorry.
it's just been ruined.
Curtis deserves pigeon points.
I do. I
Well,
want the pigeon
You
points.
got more pigeon points than me at this point now.
Yes. I am the collector of pigeon points.
have a very chubby Halloween, everyone.
Toodles.